So we really want to empower artists and cultural professionals as much as possible, at least to be aware of the opportunities, and after it's up to them to apply, let's say, for this or that funding.
So Res Artis is an association of over 500 members in 70 different countries.
And I think that this is such a unique opportunity for like-minded people from both Asia and Europe to come to share information, to network, and most importantly, to have conversations.
One of the ways that we, as a network, directly benefit the arts and culture sector, I think, is by helping our members do their job better, which is to support the arts, whichever country they're in, whichever context. We also help them to be a global advocate for the arts.
We provide free and regular access to information, to mobility funding opportunities for artists and cultural professionals.
In Southeast Asia, there's a lot of young leaders that works in isolations, and the idea is to bring them together so they can learn from each other.
Res Artis provides an international platform for its members in order for them to connect with each other and for the sector professional.
I hope we help to make them stronger as a sector by providing information, but first of all by connecting professionals worldwide.
One of the key roles of ASEF in the area of culture is to incubate, facilitate, support and directly fund cultural networks that operate bi-regionally between Asia and Europe.
I think the U40 network has provided benefit especially to the sector of cultural policy, especially to the 2005 UNESCO Convention.
We believe there is a lot of knowledge, different knowledge that is circulating within academic circle, cultural policy circle, cultural practice circle. We are kind of trying to translate it, to connect it, to make sure that this knowledge doesn't stay only in one of these areas.
I believe that the 5 music rights which the IMC has proclaimed and is trying to uphold and defend across the world are our main contribution to the arts sector worldwide.
Providing Japanese and Asian artists or art producers, giving opportunity for international exchanges.
We're a platform which provides direct support to photographers to get their work out internationally, but we work on a much broader basis. We have a couple of galleries where work is shown, we are involved in production, and we also create opportunities through the school and the festival that we do.
We have just launched a program of pilot cities which gives guidance to cities willing to more strongly relate culture to sustainable development.
I'm representing an organization called International Institute of Gastronomy.
So the policeman is giving me a wonderful conceptual analysis of my show, whom I'm filming. And while that's happening, there were people who made death threats against me, not knowing who I was.
One of the biggest challenges is to remain vigilant about cultural differences. We're working with people from different countries with different backgrounds, and to be able to work cohesively across the board.
The main challenges facing international cultural networks is the problem of purpose. I think cultural networks need to be intrinsically driven rather than funder or donor driven.
We need to anticipate changes and to really adapt to the need of the cultural sector.
One of the greatest challenges is how effective the member of the network want to be using the network.
The main challenge of cultural networks, I would say, is keep asking why we do exist as a network.
I think it is to keep really connected with societal change and with political change that surrounds us.
Having taken part in this workshop here in Singapore, I think one of the major challenges facing international cultural networks is how to make the case for the arts, how to convince people of the value that the arts have to society.
For the networks which are coming from ground up, the challenge is how to be recognized as players from the policy circles and from decision makers and the funders.
For the established cultural networks, I think the main challenge is to keep their relevance and to keep providing service to their members while also providing benefit to the sector that they are serving.
I think the biggest challenge are human resources for coordination. I mean, because that's what I'm facing.
One of the new challenges of cultural network is finding and creating a new value.
I think a certain degree of self-belief and a belief that one can, while one needs donor organizations, one needs to be determining and setting the agenda.
One of the key challenges is the connectivity of cultural sector to other areas that are felt as key challenges of society.
It really is very much a question of synergy. I think artists, cultural practitioners need to recognize how their own activities are managed and can be managed. And on the other hand, I think those who manage them need to ensure that they're constantly in touch with the practice itself.
I believe that networks is something that will help us in the long run and in the short run.
Because of some of the colleagues of Asia Society, have been really pushing and advocating to bring more cultural leader into that big network of business people and governmental people.
It's amazing how much work goes into facilitating the making of art.
An effective international cultural network is one that is able to maintain the sustainability of its mission while also being responsive to change.
Accountable, is relevant and is energetic.
Open and based on diversity.
Is passionate, relevant and enduring.
Active and present online on a continuous basis.
Dynamic and inclusive.
Is enabler of flows of ideas, initiatives, and not structures.
The effective international cultural networks are the ones who will provide a friendly and trustful environment where cooperation can happen and where new idea can be born.
Effective, they are innovative, they are connecting a lot of different energies to create a stronger voice for culture.
An effective international cultural network is accountable, productive and bold.